think about it, the more grateful I become, and so thankful to God. It's quite, an interesting story, but it touches me a lot, and I want to share with you. So, I was told that there was a bus, and there were a lot of people, full of people, and then armed robbers hijacked the bus, and they kidnapped everybody on the bus, and they were actually taking them. But on their way, they saw another lady standing by the roadside, quite an isolated place, and they wanted to stop the car and to pick the lady, that is kidnap the lady also, and add her to the people on the bus. But as they were about to do that, some of the kidnappers said, no, let's leave her and go. And the others said, no, 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 let's take her. And they kept arguing forth and back. And for about 5 minutes, they left the lady and they went. But what is amazing here is the fact that the lady who was standing there had no slightest idea what had actually taken place. She didn't know that God had intervened at that time. She had no idea that she was just about to be kidnapped. And that could have ended her life, because we don't know where the kidnappers were taking the people. And she was standing there. She didn't know what was going on. There was a serious battle going on, and the Lord fought that battle for her. And she didn't even need to lay a finger to fight, to run, to scream, or nothing. God just stopped the people from going to attack her or going to get her. And she was there. She didn't know. And it's interesting how sometimes God fights our battles for us, unseen battles, unseen challenges. Sometimes God will send angels to come and fight for us. Sometimes God delivers us from various calamities, problems, and challenges, and a lot of things. But because we are not even aware, we don't know what is going on. I wouldn't be surprised that this lady at that point maybe was grumbling or was unhappy because maybe she had a need. She was believing God for something at that time, and maybe there was no result. So maybe she was there complaining, she was there unhappy, she was there asking why she wasn't getting what she wanted. Maybe she was not satisfied and something like that. But she didn't know that the Lord had just saved her life at that time. She had no idea. She had no clue whatsoever. And that is very interesting. She had no clue. And I don't know whether this lady, whether she was a Christian, whoever, her background, I have no idea. But whatever it is, I believe that what happened was not just by chance. Because the more people they get to kidnap, the better for them. So why would they stop? Because after all, the lady was there alone. All they needed was to stop the car and just pull her into the car. But they didn't. And I think it was the hand of God. I believe it was the hand of God that stopped them from kidnapping that lady. I believe that God was the one who stopped them from kidnapping the lady. God fought for her. And the lesson I learned here is that I always have to be thankful to God. I always have to, whether I can see or I don't see, whether I'm happy or I'm not happy, doesn't matter what is happening. I don't know what is going on in that lady's life. I don't know what she was experiencing at that time. Maybe she was not even in the mood of, thanking God or being positive. But look at the miracle that just took place. And this tells us that, you see, it's not everything we see. And so we should always be thankful to God. And we should always, thank Him, whether we see or we don't see. And know that there are unseen battles that the Lord is fighting for us all the time. And when we remember that, we know that it's not everything we see. When we go to bed, we are sleeping throughout the night. We don't know what happens. A lot of things take place. Sometimes there are attacks, spiritual, things are being released in the spiritual realms against us. But somehow, by God's grace, we get up in the morning. That means that God protects us. He shields us. He preserves us. He sends His angels to encamp around us. And when I heard the story, I was like, wow. How many times has God preserved me, fought for me, delivered me from things like that I was not even aware of? And maybe at that time I was busy, I was busy complaining about things when God had actually given me a huge miracle. But because I couldn't see those miracles, I wasn't grateful enough. And I pray that I will be grateful all the time, whether I see it or I don't see it. But for me, this story has really touched my life, and I'm sure that lady, God really intervened. God delivered her from that. I don't know who she is, but God really delivered her. So I just want to share this with us so that we all always be thankful to God, because He is always with us. He's always protecting us. He's always fighting for us, and He's always preserving us. God bless you. God bless you.